Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Candid Cloud Convos.
We're back. Did you
Whoa,
did you miss
I don't know
us,
how long
guys?
it's been since I've said that.
Have you seen or heard that TikTok sounds is like, hey, how y'all doing? Oh,
Or
it's
maybe
like
I have, but
it's
I
like
don't
when
know
you
it.
ghost I think I've seen a couple when it's like when you ghost your bestie because you're having a mental breakdown and you come back and you're like, hey,
Oh my
how
God.
y'all doing?
My life. I relate to that so much.
I know. I'm the one on the receiving end, bitch.
I should know that TikTok then. I should really know that
It'll probably come up
in my
now.
core. I know. The CIA agents listening.
Right. But it's your mother freaking besties, podcast besties, Gina and Emilita. And like Gina said, we're back.
Mhm.
Don't worry about nothing. We're just back. That's all.
Just ignore
Everything.
whatever gap there was. Yeah. We're just gonna jump in.
Y'all know life be life in, and it's just, we can't control that. Sorry.
We're
But
only human.
we can take you out of your miserable struggle like an hour a week ish. You know, we have
From your
plenty of things.
miserable lives because we
Yeah.
haven't been around.
Exactly. And we're gonna make you laugh today. So you're welcome in advance.
Okay.
Gina, hit him with the
Huh.
news because while we've been on our hiatus, MIA, if you will,
Hmm.
some cool things have been happening over here.
Oh my God, please tell me. Please do
I was
tell.
gonna say you tell.
Oh, me? Okay, I'll say, you want me to say first one and then you go second one and then I'll go third?
Okay.
Okay, guys, gente, people, we have gained 3 new countries since we've been gone.
Yeah. I don't know how. I can't explain it. Neither can
Don't
Gina.
know why, but
Don't know. Sure don't know why.
grateful nonetheless. One of them's
Absolutely.
Israel.
Uh-huh. And then we have
Woo!
our neighbors, Mexico. Shout out our
Woo!
Mexican followers.
And Nigeria.
We
Woo!
are just so happy. Thanks for
That's
being
great.
here.
I know, for real. Thank you so
That's
much.
awesome. Right. Somebody's sharing it somewhere. But yeah, if it's your first time seeing our faces, hearing our voices, that's Gina. I'm Emilita, and this is our Instagram right here. Go follow us. We haven't been that active, but guess what? We have Sunday hangouts from time to times now coming up soon. So we will definitely be posting more on there when we get to that.
Ooh, like do little reels or something when we meet up. That'd be
I love
fun.
that. POV, you're having a bestie date with us.
Fun.
Love that.
We're going to the pizza parkour. I told Alcy about that. He was dying
I
laughing. We have
told
to
Jeff
say
too,
that
and
little
he was like,
story.
"You're a fool," and I was like, "I can't spell. That's just really what it is." Because I
We
thought
were
parlor was
texting.
PARLOUR, so
Uh,
it's autocorrected to parkour.
we're texting, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna meet up with my cousin. We're gonna go to like a pizza parkour place." And I was like, "Oh!" I was like, "Damn, people are gonna be like jumping from wall to wall with pizza slices." And she texts back, and it was like, "Oh my God, you said my bad, like autocorrected. I meant pizza parlor."
Yeah,
And I could not stop laughing.
that
Like
honestly made my day.
that specific day too, I was in such a shit mood.
Uh-huh.
And that like really just made me laugh so hard. I kept just like looking back to that specific part of our conversation.
Yeah.
Laugh. In my head, I was like, I've never heard of a pizza parkour place, but damn, that's very innovative.
Dude, they're gonna be throwing up, jumping upside down and
Cheese
shit.
flying, pepperonis flying everywhere.
Hey, I'm just putting the idea out there. Somebody trademark it, somebody do it because it sounds fun and I'm sure kids would love it.
It's pretty much like an adult, it would be like an adult Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. Or like a Sky Zone or something like that. That'll be fun, honestly.
Ooh, that's good.
So you're welcome to whoever takes my idea.
10%.
Yeah, easily.
And royalties. Um, what's Scandoval?
Oh, girl, you're gonna be pissed. So there's a show
Oh,
called
is it Vanderpump or something?
Vanderpump. Yes. Did you
Yes, I
hear
know.
about Scandoval?
I actually know exactly what you're talking about because I never, it's funny, I never heard that show ever.
Yeah.
And um Elsie's mom was watching it.
That's
And
literally how I found out about the show too. She was
really?
telling us about it. And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm team Ariana, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, And then I kept seeing the TikToks about it.
That's where I seen, like, I never watched it. I seen she was watching it, and then all of a sudden just started popping up on my TikToks. And I was
Yeah.
like, and then I seen the drama and I was like, oh my God. And then I got invested.
Right. No, same.
I only seen the TikToks though. I haven't seen the actual full show.
Oh, girl.
But the more TikToks that I see that come up about that show,
yeah.
What's her name? The one that slept with the best friends.
Oh, Rachel.
Rachel, she's scandalous.
Yeah.
She is scandalous. Dude, and you can't play behind that.
Worse. Because this past Thursday, they have a new episode every Thursday. If you guys have Peacock, you can watch it there. Literally, they put like a not a deleted scenes, but like what is it called, like unseen footage type of episode together. And obviously it kind of like connects more of the timeline, or you see more of them interacting where it looked innocent, you know, quote unquote, but it's like now that you know what happens, you're like, dude, why did this girl literally hook up with him? Well, vice versa, like regardless, both of them are in the wrong. They hooked up the weekend that Ariana had to fly away because her grandmother passed away and she was at a funeral, and they hooked up at their house in their bed and still lied about it at the reunion. But then apparently Rachel felt bad and she's tired of being deceitful and blah, blah, blah. So she did her own separate interview and basically spilled the beans. And then now they're not even together.
For legal purposes, this is an exaggeration. Somebody's dying.
Period.
I'm at a funeral. You're my best friend.
Yep.
In my home.
Right.
In my bed.
Right.
I'm grieving the loss of my grandmother.
Yep. After the first time they hooked up was when her dog passed away.
They're sick. Why is death their reason to keep having an excuse to get together?
That's like when they got closer, apparently. Disgusting.
And like, I hate what I seen like in the okay, first off, the like reunion clips.
Yeah.
Sent me. I was dying laughing. The
part where like
they asked him, they asked him like, okay, like, what do you say? And he's like, I just want to say thank you. And the guy like mocked him. It caught me so off guard. I was
You're worm with the mustache.
I just could not. It took me out. But the part that really annoyed me about Rachel was that when Ariana was telling her like, you're a piece of shit, like you're whatever, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and she's like, I know, yeah, you know, you're right.
I have been.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Actually, close your mouth, zip it shut, because now you're being like passive aggressive. You're mocking me.
Right.
You're patronizing me by being like, you're right. Yes, I know. You could give. You could just tell she does not give a fuck.
Condescending.
Yes, she doesn't give a fuck. Like,
no, she doesn't understand like what she truly did. You know,
crazy.
And like how they kept saying, like Lala kept saying, like, you kind of expect it, not from every man, obviously, but she's like, you kind of expect men to be kind of scandalous or kind of like whatever, but like your best fucking friend.
Right.
And then after the fact, she goes, oh, well, at the reunion, Rachel's like, well, you know, like we were close, but like I never felt comfortable telling Ariana like my personal stuff and blah, blah, blah. But you were sure as fuck okay with her telling you about their intimacy problems and you standing there like, yeah, I'm going to support you. Because she literally told Rachel, I think Tom's cheating on me. And she's like, well, if he is, like, I'm going to be there for you. Literally, there's fucking footage of them having this conversation. And it's so disgusting. Like, I can't help but laugh because I'm just like,
that's like some not psychopath,
no,
like
for real
stuff to me. Like
sociopath,
like straight up lie to my face like that, knowing what you're doing, not even what you did, all genuine, but knowing what you're doing
for me.
No,
girl, I was like, oh no. I was literally telling Chev all the tea because I was just like, yo, like I was so invested. I don't know why. I just like
I could not be in that friend group. I'd end up in jail. Like
no, for real.
She would. I don't know. I mean, the Lord gave me strength, but I don't know about that much to not want to put my hands on her.
Yeah.
And it's not even, it's not even about like, oh, I'm fighting over a man. Cause at that point, like he's trash, you know, like thank God, like you're not with him
He's not
anymore
with him.
anyways.
Exactly.
But like, you are my best friend and you did me like that and you have no remorse over it. Like the way you're
Exactly.
treating me now, you just like it did, like I didn't mean nothing to you.
Right.
That's the part that gets
And
me. That's the part.
she even told Lala, who is the other blonde girl that was sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
She
one that
even
got a
told,
slick. Like she's funny.
yeah,
She
I
got a quick
freaking love her.
mouth.
She's so
Yeah.
funny. But she actually has her own podcast too. Shout out her. But she literally was telling her, like, because she actually had her own situation where she was misled and she thought the man that she was with, I think his name is Randall Emmett. He's like a movie producer or something, very well known. But there's actually a documentary about him now on Hulu because he's a very dirty, disgusting man. Um, but the whole time Rachel was telling her like, "Oh, you're a mistress," because I guess he wasn't actually really separated legally from the woman. But she was misled. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't her
That's
fault
not her
that she was
fault.
lied to. Exactly. And she has a baby with him now. And
Oh.
now her and the ex-wife are really close. Like not only for
Mhm.
their kids, but also because she's like, no, like the wife told her, you're not a mistress. He lied to you for months and
Yeah.
months and months, you know, like you're not a mistress. She like basically validated like it wasn't your fault. But
Yeah.
Rachel, she was trying to basically say, like, oh no, Lala, you've been a mistress, blah, blah, blah. So like you have no room to talk. But it's like
They're two completely different
different
situations.
situations. Yeah. And so one time they went to Vegas for a girls' trip because Katie, one of the other people who was married to the other Tom,
Oh, is
they
that short
got a
hair?
divorce. Yes.
She's
They
so
got a
pretty.
divorce and she wanted to go on a girls' trip to celebrate her divorce
Uh-huh.
and like have a divorce party pretty much. And so
Yeah.
she invited all of them and she was trying to make amends with Rachel because they were never really that cool. So she invited her. And at some point, Rachel gets really, really drunk in Vegas and they're talking and she
In
goes,
the bed?
yes. And she tells her,
Uh-huh.
like, Lala tells her, I would never trust you with my man, like ever. And she goes, well, it's a good thing you don't have one. Bitch. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Bitch.
The thing is, if I didn't like her, like if I liked her, I'd be like, damn, she went off. But because I don't like her and it's just her character that's how she
Yeah.
acts with people, it's like, oh, you got some nerve.
But still, that's
Oh,
not like I don't think I would have been like, oh, she went off. I would have been like, that wasn't a good comment. Like, girl,
no, that's why.
you
Because
know?
if I liked you, like if you said some shit like that to somebody that
Yeah.
we didn't like, I'd
Uh-huh.
be like, bitch, you better go the fuck up. Like you tell her, you know what I'm saying? Like if I,
Yeah.
but because that's
That's
just
not a good look.
she's literally like a cheater. Like she is the
Knowing
mistress.
what
She
she
like,
was doing.
yeah, because of all of that, like that's
Dude.
just what she does and who she is. Then it's
Yeah.
like you have some real freaking nerve. I
I
don't
can't,
know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they don't put their hands on her. Like I just,
dude. The grace that Ariana had during that whole reunion, I just don't know how the hell she would have like sitting not even 10 feet from her. I would have lost it. But
yeah,
apparently now, like, of course, PR, what do you call it? Saviors are like, oh, that Rachel's now in like a mental health institution and she's been diagnosed with things and she's very like, I guess, seeking treatment and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, so you're trying to play the victim here. Like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to say that about anybody's mental health. If she has mental health issues, that's her own business. But like, why do you need to have someone put out a statement telling
Yeah.
them that? Like,
Because that's for the public.
right.
If you really cared about, fixing the problems with the people that you hurt,
Yeah.
you would only really tell them personally. The public doesn't need to know about that you're in a mental health, whatever, getting that kind of treatment.
Yeah.
That's not nobody's business. But
Right.
if the reason why you did it and why you're in it is because you want to make amends and you want to get better, you would only tell the people that it was necessary.
Exactly.
Telling the public or having coming someone come out with a statement for you to the public,
Yeah.
to me, that's just a stunt. Like you're,
Exactly.
yeah,
You're trying to save face or like save your
yeah,
ass because you are seen as probably one of the most hated people because literally even CNN was talking about Scandoval, bro. Like it turned into a whole thing. And it's
it's
reality TV. Like I don't know how this thing like blew up the way that it did, but it's crazy.
yeah. That's why I could never be on like a reality show.
Oh
I
no.
really
Unless we
couldn't.
had like producer's credit and like we could, or like executive producer type credit, and we
Uh-huh.
can actually say what goes into
Goes
the
in and out.
episodes and stuff. Like the Kardashians, for example, they
Uh-huh.
have who knows how much say so in what goes in. And of course, some of the things they leave in for rates and, you
Yeah.
know, whatever, or ratings, whatever. But I don't know, bro. That's just,
That's crazy. That's
who
crazy.
knows? We'll see if they get a season 11. I'm sure they will, but
That's crazy that they're on season 11. I swear I've never heard of this show prior to like any
yeah.
of this.
It kind of reminds me of the show that we watched where they were all working together at that restaurant. Do you remember? Did I show you that show?
Oh yeah, the
It's
like in the
basically the
Hamptons or
same
something like
thing.
that.
Yeah, it's basically
That
the
shit
same
was
thing,
super
but they just
interesting.
don't live together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was a good show. There was only like one season, huh?
Yeah,
We
I
wanted to
think because
watch
they
more
were
of
filming
it.
over the summers and then they never came.
Yeah. That sucks. That
Because
was
COVID,
interesting as hell.
maybe I don't know,
Maybe.
lost momentum.
But dude, I was on like I think it was Twitter. You see some crazy stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, because it's
This
like
is well
hella
known.
unfiltered.
Yeah. But the thing that gets me that kind of like honestly like pisses me off
Yeah.
is twice I've seen this. I think this happened within the same week.
Uh-huh.
One was there was a story of the guy that got eaten by the shark in Egypt,
Yeah.
right? And there's video footage of that.
Right.
Then I seen a video of a woman that got hit by a bus. I don't really know where it was at,
Oh my God.
but when I tell you, trigger warning, guys, it's pretty graphic. We're not gonna put it up, but just what I'm about to say is graphic. Um, is that the video starts by showing the street and you see smears, okay, and then you see literal pieces of her intestines, like her guts,
The fuck?
that's smeared across the street, and then it pans over to her who's stuck under the wheel of the bus still. She's clearly deceased at this
Oh my
point.
God.
Her leg is twisted the other way, guts are all underneath her. You can see them like she's face down, but you can see it coming out from the side.
Mm-hmm.
So you know it's all out underneath her and all this stuff too. And you know, the guy's like, oh my God, and all this stuff. The thing that pisses me off about that is like this is someone literally died. Like
Yeah.
someone's dead in both of those in two of the most graphic, like horrible ways to die.
Right.
Why do you feel the need to take your phone out and record it?
Yeah.
Clearly, there's nothing you can do to help. So,
Yeah.
what is recording it going to do?
Right.
And why post that on social media? If you're gonna record it and say, oh, to show like police or
Police.
whatever,
That's
this is
what I
what
was
happened.
thinking too. I was
But
gonna
why
say that.
post
Yeah.
it on social media? Like to me, because the family members of
So
these people are gonna see
disrespectful.
that. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like
They
there's
don't
no
need to
reason
see that.
exactly.
No.
There's no reason for this to be posted on social media. I really don't think if there's really nothing you can do about it, there's no point in even taking a video, really. Like that's so crazy to me to have in your camera roll.
Right. Especially
But
if it's an accident like that. Like if it was something where just random, you're driving and you have a dash cam and you just so happen to catch someone, God forbid, getting kidnapped
yeah,
or something.
yeah,
To spread
that's
awareness
different.
or, you know, like look out for this car, like to help the general
Yeah.
public, fine. But like
To
why
whip
would
your phone out
to get
at a
clout?
shark attack or you know with the situation of the woman under the bus, like when paramedics and police get there, they're gonna see that there's no other way for her to get out. They're gonna
And
see
they're
what
gonna take
happened.
their own pictures for investigative
You can
purposes.
stay there and say, I seen this happen, this is what happened, as a
Right.
witness. You
Right.
don't have to have this video or post it on social media. Like I just think the stuff that is now like we're able to see on social media without any kind of like um what would you call it, like restrictions, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's
Wild.
it's wild. I feel like it desensitizes, it's like to
Oh,
desensitize people
absolutely.
from seeing like these things and think it's not as messed up as what it is, but it is.
Right. Like they just think, oh, that was a crazy video. No, that's actually someone's life that got lost.
Yeah,
You know?
in a horrible, like imagine, I mean, this is why I don't go out in the ocean like that, but like you're literally getting ripped in half, you're completely aware of the situation, and you're partially drowning because they're bringing you underwater and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you're completely aware of what's happening to you until you end up just dying.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the most like worst ways I could think of to like go out,
Yeah.
when you're completely aware and there's nothing you can do and you're suffering
Like
the
the
entire time.
vulnerability.
Yeah, you know?
Literally suffering, like you
What I
said.
do think is messed up is that they killed the shark. You know, they found the shark and killed it. The shark didn't do nothing wrong. Like it
Yeah.
in its own habitat. You know what I'm saying?
Animal. He or she is an animal.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, it's just in the sense of like I feel like social media has just been very it's been and we've talked about it, but
Yeah.
like
It's just getting worse.
worse.
Yeah.
Like
Even for
so
example, the may he rest in peace, the guy who he got, I guess supposedly they went on a cruise for like their graduation,
oh
and
yeah.
all of his friends or his class or whatever the case may be
Uh-huh.
dared him to jump into the water, and they're pretty sure that he got eaten by sharks too. But there's videos of him. Like, why the hell would you do that?
Yeah.
Like,
That one is like obviously it's and like you said, may all these people rest in peace. It's so sad. It just irks me so badly because like as friends, why would you think it's a smart idea or even a funny idea for him to jump over a cruise
right. And you
into
don't know what
open
his
ocean? You
mental
have it's
state
the
is at that
nighttime.
time.
Yeah, it's night, it's dark. It's not just a simple, oh, let's just throw that down and like he'll be fine.
Yeah. And it's
No,
not
like,
a fishing boat, it's a freaking
and why did
cruise
he do
ship.
that? Like, why did he do that?
But why did they record it? And
And
why did they post
all of
it?
it is just
You know,
like
like,
the most preventable, situation
and
and
like, did
just
no one try to get him
all
help?
dumb decisions.
Did no one try to go tell some type of staff member, crew member, whatever?
Right.
They just like,
Oh, he'll come up.
I don't understand.
He'll meet
And
us at the next location.
they said where they were that it was shark infested waters.
Yeah, like one of the most shark. I was
Yes.
like, this is why you don't do dumb shit like that.
You just graduated
You
high school.
in general, you don't jump off the freaking a cruise ship.
Yeah,
You don't jump into the ocean off of a cruise ship.
exactly.
They have tons of other activities for you to do there, I'm sure.
So scary, dude. Like,
I'm like,
at that point, turn this mother freaking boat around. I'm going home. Like, this is not a vacation,
yeah.
you know?
Like I seen this thing where they're on a cruise ship and they set up this like tour on an island that has like an active volcano, or I think it was
Yeah.
inactive or something like that, and the cruise ship didn't tell them that it was in a certain level, and then it ended up
They weren't supposed to go there that day.
yeah, they weren't supposed to go
Yeah.
and they didn't tell them nothing, so
Yeah.
they had no idea there was as dangerous as what it actually was. Then it
Right.
erupted and multiple people died
Mhm.
or have like life-changing lifelong injuries from it
There's like only, I think there was 3 survivors if I'm not mistaken, and one of
that
them
had
was
like
like a teenage girl, and now
yeah
she has burns like
oh like
head to
90%
toe.
of her body I think it was,
Yeah,
or
and she
over
had to
90%.
have, I think she had like 20 plus surgeries.
Yeah,
And then
crazy.
imagine being the only survivor from your entire family of 5, because I'm pretty sure she had a sibling, 2 siblings and her parents. The survivor's guilt that you would feel for the rest of your life would be enough to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, oh my
no, for
God,
real.
like I could never imagine.
Yeah, I'm just like social media is really taking a toll. I've noticed it more. Like I've noticed that I've tried to be
Yeah.
off of it, but then I also noticed this past week, like I've been just like mindlessly scrolling like
Mhm.
for hours.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, I'm gonna take a good little distance myself from
Yeah.
social media. I think I'm gonna take it off of my phone
Mhm.
and like Alcy does it to where he has like Instagram just on the computer. So he's like, and he noticed that he won't be on it for as long if he's just like going on the computer rather than if he was on his phone, and he could
Right.
spend way more time on it like that.
Mhm.
So I think maybe I'll just do it like that, where like if I feel like I want to go on it, I'm only gonna go on it on the computer,
Yeah.
but have it off of my phone for a little bit just to like recoup.
Yeah.
Because I used to do so much more stuff. Like I used to paint,
Mhm.
or like I would put music and just sing and dance for hours, or like whatever. I would play with like with makeup looks or hairstyles and all these
Yeah.
different things. I used to do all
Like
those things
more
all the time.
self-care type.
Yeah, like things I liked and like genuinely enjoyed doing, and now I just find myself like I get home and I'm just scrolling.
Aimlessly scrolling. Yeah.
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 So I think I'm gonna take like a good little break and just kind of see if that helps.
Mhm. What
Cause
also helped me was taking notifications off. So
yeah,
I can, whenever I want to go on there is when I'll, if someone messages me or whatever the case may be, then I'll catch up. But like,
yeah,
it's almost like you're not gonna tell me when I'm gonna go on there, you know?
yeah. No, I
Just
honestly
because
really like
someone
that.
had
Yeah,
it.
like I just thought it was such a smart like way to do it.
Yeah.
It's just myself. I'll keep scrolling. Like
Yeah.
even if I choose
No,
that
it
I want
makes
to go on
sense
it,
to take a
I'm
break for
yeah,
sure.
I like my brain for some reason more lately it's just been
Can't focus.
like almost in a sense like when you disassociate, you know?
Yeah, no, it's cloudy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So I'm trying
Feel
to
the
break
same
from that.
way.
So I think I'm gonna do that for a little bit, report back, and I will report back and see how
Yeah.
that goes. Because
'Cause
I've never
I
really
wasn't.
done that since having social media. Like I haven't taken them off my phones or
Yeah.
so I haven't done that, I don't think ever since having them.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of interested to see if it what difference it makes.
Right. Like literally yesterday, I was talking to Chev and I was like, it's just for, I'll put something that I actually want to watch. Let's just say a
Uh-huh.
podcast on the TV. But I did, like, I'll literally still be on my phone or
Yay!
scrolling
It's
through
so bad.
Pinterest or playing Candy Crush or doing something else, looking up something. And it's like, why
It's
is
so
that not
bad.
enough? I wanted to watch it. I literally chose to put it on, but
Yeah.
why is it not enough to keep me focused that I have to be doing something else? And then I miss the entire thing. I have to start over.
Yeah.
Why do I
Dude,
do that?
literally exactly the same.
It makes me so mad.
That's why I'm like he'll like make fun of me sometimes. He's like, "Oh, you have like your video playing, but then you're on your phone or like the TV's
Yeah.
on or something." And I'm like, "You're right." Like I
Right.
don't know why my brain just
But
feels
how do
like it
we
needs
not get
something else.
overstimulated with that when normally that kind of thing would overstimulate you? Having to hear so many different sounds and like
Yeah.
focus on so many things, but now it's like I'm not retaining, I guess, the
It's
focus.
like without it, then you feel understimulated and you're like, "Oh,
Yes,
now I don't know what to do and all this stuff." That's why it bothers
exactly.
me. That's why I'm
Yes,
like, "No, I think I need a little minute."
right. Like I
Because
don't
I
want
don't
this
want
to
my
be
brain to be like fried by the time
yeah.
we're older. I get freaking, I'm 40 years old with Alzheimer's or dementia or something because I
No,
wasn't
for
like
real.
doing nothing with my brain anymore.
Just mush.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
literally. I'm like,
But it sucks too because like for TikTok, for example, like you can learn so much random
yeah,
things that you would never even think of trying to look up and it just you just
comes
stumble
up.
upon it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's almost like it's good in some ways, but then obviously like I feel like you can abuse it very easily,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And right now my brain doesn't have it seems like it doesn't have the self-control to kind of just be like, oh, I'm just gonna look at like these ones. Cause if one video comes up that like was funny and made me laugh, oh now I'm on a thing. I'm scrolling, I'm looking like for
Yeah.
any other video to make me laugh like that or like interesting, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just need a
I
minute.
think
I need a fucking minute.
I know. I feel you. No, I feel you. And it's like which one is worse, Instagram or TikTok? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Gotta get rid of both.
Twitter, I don't really care. Like, I could leave that on my phone and it's not gonna do anything because I don't even be on there that much. I usually just go on there to like stuff on the Candid one just because I'm
huh.
bored and it comes up on the first like thing when you come up.
Uh-huh.
But if I'm not, like, I don't really use Twitter that much.
I do go on Twitter. I think I go on freaking like everything. Like I'll
Yeah.
go between Twitter and then Instagram and then TikTok and then back and forth and back and forth.
Mhm.
So like,
You know what's fun to scroll on?
huh.
Interest.
Oh
Girl,
yeah.
I could be on there for
I could
hours.
keep Pinterest. I could
Yeah.
keep Pinterest. That one's different. I don't know why it's different, but it's
Yeah.
different.
I think because it's not as like forced, it's usually like recipes or nail designs or
Yeah.
hairstyle. It's not like this crazy horrible story that happened and this
Yeah.
crazy whatever, you
Yeah.
know. It's more so like wholesome. I don't know.
It's more like
Yeah.
what comes up is the stuff that you're interested in, right? Like actually
Yeah,
interested in. But when you're on like TikTok or Instagram, you can look at one video that's like yes, yeah, it's gonna do your algorithm of stuff you've liked. So it's
right.
gonna bring those up too, but it'll also bring up other stuff to try to like bring in other things for them to show you. So if you
Yeah.
liked one video that was different from what you normally like, you're gonna now start seeing 10 of those things.
And if it's a popular sound, that's literally all you're gonna see.
Yes.
It's
So it's
so
like
annoying.
a whole bunch of other stuff gets through,
Yeah.
as and pictures it's not as much like that.
Yeah. Someone did like an infrared experiment and apparently our phones take a picture of us every 5 seconds.
Ew. Oh, they got the worst pictures of me then.
Girl,
The
in the bed
worst.
like
Yeah, worst angles, worst pictures. They got
yeah.
pictures all up in my ear and stuff, probably.
Yeah, so apparently that happens and I was like, I don't like that. I mean, I assumed, but I just didn't know it was that
Eyes so itchy.
frequent.
Yeah, why every 5 seconds? What do they need every 5 seconds?
Yeah. And then I guess the whole thing about TikTok was like, oh, they watch to like see what videos make your eyes dilate to see what is like interesting to you, I guess. I don't know the truth behind that. I didn't, when that whole thing was happening with the court and TikTok founders and all that, I don't have time to.
Yeah, that only furthers my
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
You know what? Sometimes
Sounding more and
ignorance
more like a
is
good
bliss.
idea.
Ah.
I'm dead.
All right, guys.
Mm,
So we decided to do some "Am I the Asshole" from the infamous Reddit subreddit,
We
whatever.
know how much you guys love it.
Yes, and they're honestly probably some of our favorite episodes too. So you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, okay?
So you're gonna
All
start
right,
us off?
sure.
Okay.
Okay, so the couple in this, they are 28-year-old female and 31-year-old male.
Okay.
So my husband had to spend 2 months in a different state for work. He came back 9 days ago. I am obviously thrilled he's back and I've missed him a lot. I was hoping we would be able to spend some time together, just the two of us. Very reasonable request, I
After
feel.
2 months apart? Yeah.
Mhm. And so, however, his mom, 56-year-old female, came over when he was supposed to come home. I was slightly annoyed, but I know she was just excited for her son to be back. However, she never left. Like I was prepared to deal with her that being there for a day or two, but not 9 days. Because she's been here for 9 days, we haven't had a second of time together. She insists on staying here instead of a hotel. For the record, she only lives an hour away. The guest room is right next to our walls, and they're very thin. When the two of us go out, she comes with us or makes one of us stay with her because otherwise we would be bad hosts, she says. She follows us around the house constantly. We want to cuddle and watch movies. She's sitting in the armchair. We want to go to a romantic restaurant. Better make that a table for three. We have even left her in the living room to go chat in our room, and she follows us.
I mean, is she gonna follow them into the shower too?
I
Jesus
guess, like,
Christ.
girl. Earlier today, I just asked her to leave, even though both of us have been hinting that she needs to go. She kept saying she wasn't ready to go yet and wanted more time with her son. I tried telling her we wanted some alone time, and she kept insisting that she join us. Finally, I snapped and said, "Since you seem to be oblivious, I will put it this bluntly. I want to fuck your son. If you don't want to see or hear, then you need to leave." I know this isn't the classiest response ever, but I was just frustrated. Anyway, she yelled at me, but eventually left. We finally got to have our alone time, but now she is blowing up both of our phones saying that I am disgusting, have no respect for her, her son, or myself. She keeps telling my husband that he shouldn't be with someone so crude, and how dare he let her speak to me like, how dare he let me speak to her like that. I'm sure you get the idea. I know what I said was really inappropriate, but am I the asshole?
No, I
I
think
don't
she
think
just
so either.
finally snapped.
Yeah,
Like,
like
it sounds
get
like
the
she put up with
freaking
it for a
hint.
while. I mean,
Yeah,
at this point, you're 2 months in. He's been there 9 days. The tension of being 2 months away, and now
right.
he's there, and you can't do anything.
Yeah, and you're
I mean,
constantly on top of them. Like,
yeah.
what
And
the
like,
heck?
I also would kind of be upset because I feel like the husband should have said something. It shouldn't have had to
Yeah,
fall onto her to finally to the until she got to the point where she kind of snapped and said that, which I
right.
don't think that means she doesn't have respect for herself because she wants to have sex with her husband.
Yeah,
But like, he should have said, "Mom, like, I love spending time with you. I'm glad I'm
right. Or
home.
maybe I'll
We can
come there
spend
next week or something.
yeah, but
Yeah,
like we need some time. So
right.
don't make it seem like it's on the wife because then it makes her knowing the mom's like that,
It looks like
she's
the
gonna
bad
make her look
guy.
bad.
Yeah.
Like you need to say something, you
But
know?
also, like, I definitely agree. It should come from whomever's parent. They
Yeah.
need to be able
Like
to
if it's
put
a
their
real problem, they need
big,
to address it.
big person panties on, and
Yeah.
like, step in and be the delegator.
Yeah.
But at the same time, why does she like not just understand? Like, does she not have a husband, or is
Oh,
she not with
100%.
someone to where like she doesn't understand
Yeah.
that a husband and wife need their own time together?
Like, was she like that prior? Like, is she
Right.
only just being like this now that he's back? Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
And like,
Like,
does it
maybe
go
there's something going on
frequently?
at home that like
Mm,
she doesn't want to be there, so she's just staying
yeah.
there, just not saying nothing. Like,
Right. I'm just curious
there's
as to like why
yeah,
she wants to be away from her home for so long too.
yeah,
You
only
know?
an hour away. Like, you could literally
Not even
come
that
back the
bad.
next day. Like, show up,
Exactly.
spend the day with us, and go back home to
Exactly.
sleep.
It's not even that bad. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just feel like that's weird. Like, why does she want to always be around?
yeah,
Hmm.
and like can never be by herself.
Right. And they're married. It's not like not saying anything. You could be in a long-term relationship and technically
Yeah,
feel married. But I'm just saying like she's been around long enough for them to be married and stuff. So like why?
what's going on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know a little bit more context. Like, is she always like that? Is she just like that
Right.
type of mom? Or
But no, I don't think what she said was wrong. Like it might have been shocking to hear it put in
yeah.
that way, but I don't think she's wrong at all.
No, I don't think she's wrong. I think it's I feel like it's more awkward than anything to have
Yeah.
to say it that way, you know,
Yeah.
like just
Like I
bluntly be
probably
like,
wouldn't have worded it that way,
yeah.
but I can see why she did.
But I think, it would definitely be something that I would say to my husband. I would say, like, look, like, unless I'm the only one that's feeling this way, like, you need to
Right.
say
But he
something to
said
your
she said he
mom.
was hinting too.
Oh, he was hinting to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, no more hints. She's clearly not going to accept the hint.
She's not
Just
getting
flat
it.
out tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like she's sleeping in the guest room. I would have just waited she went to sleep and fucking dipped out the house somewhere. Like,
Like, go in the shower still. Yeah, like, oh
yeah.
yeah. Just
Why
go
are
in the
you,
car.
yeah, like why are you regardless though, like if
They
you
shouldn't have to do that
you know
because it's
what?
their home,
And
but
what's crazy too is that like me, for example, like I can't be around people 24/7. Like that would drive me
uh,
absolutely crazy because I'm more even if it's people that I'm comfortable with, like if I can't sit and unless we're all like quiet doing our own thing, then that's fine.
yeah.
But like if I have to constantly feel like I have to entertain and
Uh-huh.
constantly be like
And
uppity
she's
and
saying
oh, do you
that.
need something and talking and
Yeah, and
I
hosting pretty much.
also have like social anxiety to where I'm thinking like more so with people I don't know versus people
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with. But like, I'm like, damn, what am I going to say next? Or like, oh, if it gets awkward, quiet, like, what's something that I could just randomly say to bring up a
Yeah.
conversation? Like, if I
Yeah.
have to do that for 9 fucking days,
Sun up to
24/7, because you won't
sundown.
leave us alone,
Yeah.
girl, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
And be around someone who sees me being an introvert as me being rude or me being disrespectful. Like it
But
has
also
nothing
the fact
to
that
do
you're
with
saying
you.
like, oh, you're not being a good host if I go out and do something when you've been here for 9 days. Like,
Right.
I have things to do, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you weren't, this wasn't even planned, first off. You kind of just
And they
showed
don't even
up.
have kids, so they should be able to go to a nice restaurant if they
Yeah.
fucking please. Like they should be able to
Yeah.
do those things whenever the hell they want, you
That's
know?
like a weird thing to be like, oh, you need to host 24/7. Like,
Yeah,
give them a break. You've been there over a week.
right.
Like,
Or even going
they
to
can
their
go do
room
their own
to have
thing.
a conversation, you're gonna come with them.
Follow them
That's weird
into,
to me.
yeah, and be like, I'm gonna change, so I'm gonna need you to step out for a
Yeah,
second.
like boundaries need to be respected as an adult
Yeah,
couple with your parents,
yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. Okay, this one. Oh, okay, this is not kind of similar, but not.
Okay.
Okay, so am I the asshole for wanting to leave for this? For background story, I have been with my boyfriend for about 2.5 years now. Fast forward, he asked me to move in with him. He lives with his mom, and while we find our own place, I asked him if his mom was okay with that, and she said yes. I have lived here for a little over a year. His room is small, so all my things are kind of forced to fit in here. And fast forward to now, he was asking me to find an apartment for us, which was the original plan. So I did. My mom found a cheap apartment for us to save up, and I told my mom I would take it. And when I called him, he was mad, saying he wasn't going to move in with me when I came back after seeing the apartment. And he said I could go alone, but that we didn't have to break up. But I'm confused because we have been living together for a year and he's saying he doesn't want to move in. I told him I don't see a point in continuing the relationship because that's weird.
Yeah. We're
He
gonna
keeps saying,
revert back.
yeah, he keeps saying we don't have to. I'm arranging my things as I type this, and he's just saying he'll visit me and stuff. I don't know. What should I do? He didn't come with me to see the apartment and got mad at how I described it, saying it sounded not good, and that's why he's staying with his mom.
That boy not ready to. leave his mama's tetitas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How is he gonna tell you go look for an apartment? You find one, and he's like, "Yeah, no,
And now he's mad.
I'm not doing that."
What? Like,
He's
why
probably
even bring
so
it up
used to
then?
his mom doing everything for him that he's like, "No, I have such luxury here. Why would I leave?"
So
But it's
like,
like,
he could have said that,
yeah, don't
which
waste
that
her
gives
time. If the
exactly.
plan was always we're going to do this temporarily to
Yeah.
get closer, to save money, to get ahead, and then eventually leave, why are you stringing her along for over a
Ex-
year if you were never planning on leaving?
yeah, exactly.
That's messed up. You just wasted
That's
her
definitely
time.
stringing her along.
And I completely agree. There's at that point, if you're already living with someone and have made that move, like that's a big thing to do, going
Huge.
from visiting each other and just being kind of like regular boyfriend girlfriend to now
Yeah.
being more so like it's a lot more serious. You're sharing bills, you're sharing a
Mhm.
space, you're seeing them every single day, you're part of each other's like everyday routine. To like revert
Yeah.
back and be like, well, I'll visit you, like we're not in college,
Why?
like boy, what do you
Yeah. No, you're telling me we don't have to break up, so pretty much you just want best of both worlds. Like,
exactly.
that's not gonna work for me.
Eh,
I'm not gonna go based off. I already did what you said. I went and go looked for an apartment. I went and found an
right.
apartment.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna continue to try to tell me, oh, but we can do this, but it can stay the same, and we're gonna, it's gonna be fine. And this,
Yeah.
no, no.
And
Now
especially
I'm
if
done
he didn't even
listening to
go with
you.
her. Like if he just didn't like the apartment, fine.
Mhm.
But you didn't even see it.
Exactly. How are you gonna get mad at how I'm describing it? Why didn't you go look? Like,
Maybe I'm
what?
describing it wrong. I don't know. Like,
Yeah. Like,
dang.
had you came with me, you would know exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. But then it's also like, well, beggars can't be choosers because if this is our budget and this meets
Yeah.
everything, that's not my fault. Like, that's not my fault.
Oh,
Yeah.
icky.
He just definitely isn't ready to not be a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this one got me. Pissed me off. Okay. I have a female coworker who repeatedly calls me out regarding my weight. I'm female, 5'9", 115 pounds, and very thin. She is this the way that she wrote it is like not so nice, but she said she is very overweight. All the time she makes comments about my weight. She doesn't call me by my name. She calls me slim. And I even heard her one time say, "Go ask Toothpick." And she has said stuff like, "You need some meat on your bones and you need to go eat. I have only worked here for 8 days."
Oh,
I have
girl.
like, oh, this got me so bad. I have asked her very nicely to stop. Yesterday, I asked her to stop calling me slim again, and she basically said it's her mouth and she can say what she wants. Today, when
Okay,
she said,
bet.
right.
Bet.
Today, when she said morning slim, I said morning chunky, and she got upset and actually started crying.
Oh my God.
Every
When you get a taste of your own medicine.
girl, she said, everybody here at work, only 6 of us totals, is saying I'm completely wrong. I should apologize because being called fat is different, quote unquote, than being called skinny because being called skinny is a quote unquote compliment. I said, as long as she calls me slim, I will call her chunky. And now I'm the bad person. Am I the asshole if I don't apologize? The owner slash manager has completely ignored the situation, saying it's a high school situation and we should figure it out. By the way, we don't have HR. There are only 6 of us working here at a cupcake shop. We are all regular employees. I went to the owner before I called her chunky and I asked him to talk to her because I felt she was harassing me. That's
Mhm.
when he said we can handle it ourselves. And that's why I called her chunky. I told her to stop calling me slim and that I didn't like it, and she continued to do it. She didn't stop doing it after I asked multiple times, and I didn't know what else to do besides what she was doing to me. She brought up my weight, so I brought up hers. Am I the asshole?
No, not in my eyes. If you're
Nine.
asking me, I'm gonna tell you no. I'm gonna tell you that you are not the asshole because
No.
if
And chunky is not even,
I know that
that's pretty nice
Rhythm
compared to
Mars made a
some
whole
shit you
song
could
about it.
say, you know?
Yeah. No, if you don't want people to talk about your weight, then you shouldn't talk about other people's weight.
Period.
Period.
And you don't even
That
know
it's a
the
simple
girl.
exactly. And honestly, if the whole team is against you for and here's the exact situation, the everyday back and forth of it,
Yeah.
do not stay at that job. Go get a different job.
And you've
Because
only been there 8 days. You don't owe them shit.
exactly. Like honestly, I could care less if you cry. I don't give a fuck. Like I've
Like,
been
oh,
told you
you don't
however
like
many
it, do you?
times, don't call me that. If you're gonna
Exactly.
continue to do it,
Exactly.
okay. Like
I
I don't
just
know what you
hate,
expect. If she's expected to like continue to bully her, and she just
right. And
never
just
say
take
anything.
it.
But the one time she said something back, now she's crying and she's the victim.
Yeah.
Fight me, bro.
And it
Honestly,
really
fight me.
pisses me off because talking about anyone's weight or like appearance in general is just so fucking weird to me. Like, why do you care?
Yeah.
Why does it bother you so much that you have to say something or comment
Yeah.
about the way someone looks? Who gives a shit?
And not to say that this is the right way to go about it, manager's perspective,
Yeah.
but he's not wrong in saying that this is high school stuff.
It
Like, yo,
is.
we are grown adults, and I don't want to be hearing about you don't like that she's saying this and she and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's true that they do need to, handle this as
Right.
grown adults, but
Right.
clearly she's not doing that.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
There
now
needs to
even
be some
management's
type of
not doing
mediator.
yeah, like so I just think she needs to go. Like
Yeah.
it's clearly not worth it.
Right.
Unless they're paying like dumb money, like but a cupcake shop I can't imagine is paying like really,
Yeah.
really that good.
Right.
But no.
And to say
I
like being
I'd be like
called
when that
skinny is a
that sound
compliment,
that's like,
not
huh?
to everybody, you know?
I don't even think she was saying it as a compliment though.
No,
Toothpick?
that's what she
That's
was
not a
saying. She said,
compliment.
"Oh, well, like calling you skinny, like you should take it as a compliment because
That's
being
like gaslighting
skinny."
her though. Because
Exactly. I'm
you
like,
didn't just say,
dude,
"Oh, you're so skinny." You just called me
right.
toothpick. You called me this. You said I need to eat. Like
Yeah.
now you're being like
But
you're
even
trying to
so,
gaslight me
like
that it's not that you
you
weren't
can
actually trying to
be,
make bad remarks to me.
yeah, and like you can be insecure either way or in the middle
Yeah.
or whatever the fucking case may be. Like, oh, it makes me so mad. Like,
Yeah.
why is
A
weight
topic.
always it's almost always the first thing someone will talk shit about you about.
Uh-huh.
Or like if they see you eating something and it's like not the healthiest and you might have a little bit of weight, like it's a thing. Or if you're not eating enough or you're, eating super healthy and you're smaller, they're like, oh, well, like, you need to put meat on your bones or whatever. Like, why the fuck do you
It's
care?
crazy because you don't even say that to people you do know, but to say it's to someone who's brand freaking new
Yeah.
and is a stranger, like
Right.
that's pretty wild. That
Dude.
is pretty freaking wild.
And I do agree that it's harassment at a
Oh yeah.
certain point if you've said it so many times and you've only been there 8 days.
I
Like
should
she's
I
probably
would straight up be
purposely
like, I'm gonna
trying
stick
to
by
get you
it.
to quit.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm sticking by what I said.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna make me none of you guys, none of yous are gonna make me feel
None of
bad
you.
about what I said when
Yeah.
all I know for a fact all of you heard her talking shit
Right.
to me.
And
So
why is
don't
she
try to make
targeting
me out to
her?
be the bad guy.
Why is she targeting her?
Exactly.
Jealousy.
Yeah.
You always want what you don't have. Like if you have curly hair, you want straight hair. If you're
Yeah.
skinny, you want to be thicker. If you're a little thicker, you want to be skinnier. Like it's just it's life, but I just don't see the need and necessity to comment about someone else.
Yeah.
You know?
And come in and she was making fun of her. Like she
Yeah.
was just making fun
That's
of her. She was being
bullying.
mean. She was being a mean girl.
Yeah.
And then got the same treatment and
Right.
couldn't handle it. That's not my problem. And it's
No.
not my fault.
No.
So I'm gonna
Not
stick
the
by it.
asshole.
No,
Yeah. I would
definitely
stick
not.
by it too. I will have my bestie, Gina, obviously. I will have her go up there and be like, hey, I haven't quit yet because I need to get my last check, but I need you to run
Yeah.
them ones and then I'm gonna split my check with you.
I'll be like, let me know what time.
Right.
I'm calling out for work. We'll go eat after.
I think it's also because like doctors and stuff my whole life have told me like, oh, you're overweight or blah blah blah. Even at my smallest, they've told me
Uh-huh.
that. So I think it's just such a trigger. I'm like, why do you care so much?
Just stop making comments about people's weight in general. Like that, it's very simple. It's really
Right.
very simple.
If let's God forbid say I had like a health problem or something and it was like more of a genuine like
Concern.
concern, yeah, not like calling you names or something like that, or just
Yeah.
being genuinely concerned and trying to help, that's completely different.
Yeah.
But you just met this girl and you probably don't even know her name because you've been talking so much shit and calling her by something else. That's
Well,
messed
she
up.
knows her name. She's clearly just choosing not to use it.
Yeah, that's
She
true.
knows it.
I mean, like she didn't take the time to learn it because she already
Yeah.
gave her a nickname. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy. I'm glad you stood up for yourself finally.
Would have been so fucking mad.
Okay, this one's kind of a long one.
Okay.
But I'll save the longest one for last.
Okay.
So I'll just go with the shorter one. So am I the asshole for not letting my sister express, quote unquote, herself at my wedding?
Ooh.
So this one's kind of like,
Weddings just, oh, the drama around weddings is so
yeah,
scary.
this one's a little in that like gray area a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
So I got married to my partner a few years ago. I would have never posted about it, but my wedding is still gossiped about within my very large family. And I just want to know if I am actually the asshole here. 2 weeks before my wedding, my sister dyed her hair bright colors, in
Ooh.
caps bright. Normally, I wouldn't care. Your hair is your choice, but my photographer was willing to take a variety of family photos throughout the day, not just your typical wedding pictures. This was also the first time my sister had ever dyed her hair. And I called her after she posted some selfies on social media and asked if she was planning on keeping her hair that vibrant for the wedding. She told me it was none of my business and I would know in
Oh,
2 weeks on my wedding day.
oh my God.
I let her know I didn't care if she planned on keeping it, but my photographer would have to know beforehand because I would have to pay for extra Photoshop in photos she was in. My sister exploded. She told me it was not my place to change how she expresses her sexuality. Apparently, the colors she dyed her hair are the colors of the pride flag. I asked her what she meant by that, and she said she was finally ready to accept who she is and be open about her sexuality. I said I was proud of her, but asked if she was planning on using her dyed hair to come out at my wedding. She said she wasn't going to say anything to our relatives, but if someone asked why she dyed her hair, she would tell them the truth. I asked her not to use my wedding as an opportunity to come out to our relatives, but she said it was easier for her since they would all be in one place. I begged her not to, and she can tell people any other time. She agreed, but said she would not be comfortable with me photoshopping her hair in family pictures because she viewed it as limiting her self expression. Now, this is where I might be the asshole. I told her I paid over $2,000, a lot for the area I got married, for the photographer, and these would be our first family photos since our parents got divorced, and our only family photos of us as adults. These pictures will mean a lot to our parents and grandparents, and I would not let her ruin them with her self done box dye job.
Ooh.
For more context, our family is very fair, and her hair clashed hard with the colors of the wedding. I ended the conversation by telling her if she isn't comfortable being photoshopped, then we wouldn't do extra family pictures in my wedding day, and she wouldn't have to be worried about being on camera. And I hung up. She texted me a couple of days later to tell me she actually forgot to ask off work and couldn't come to my wedding anyway. This was a lie. She had actually planned a last minute extended vacation with friends that overlapped my wedding day. So am I the asshole?
I'm gonna say no. And here's why.
Okay, yeah.
um I'm not gonna sit there and judge nobody, especially my sister. Like she said, I'm proud of you for wanting to express yourself and this, that, and the third, whatever.
Mhm.
But and however, these are my wedding photos. Like these are the memories that we're gonna be showing our kids and like your niece and nephew, or whatever the hell. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like because it's like a very sticky
That's what I'm
situation.
saying. It's like a gray area.
Right. But I feel like even if that was you self-expressing that you are like LGBTQ IA
Mhm.
plus whatever,
Mhm.
I don't think that years down the line you're gonna look at those photos and be like, that hair was it. Like you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, why the fuck did I do that? I would have wanted my natural hair color because they're family photos, they're my sister's wedding photos. Like I just
Yeah.
wouldn't want to stand out like that personally.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I think she's obviously the asshole because now she's not even fucking coming. Like what?
Your sister's wedding because of your hair. Like,
And
okay.
you're already gonna be on vacation, but then you're gonna
Like
extend it. Like,
for yeah. I think
the bride is not being unsupportive, I feel like.
no, no. And I think she was even still trying to work with her, like, okay,
Yeah.
like it's not the problem isn't, like, okay, you have colored hair. I was just asking because of the Photoshop or whatever.
Right.
I just asked that you don't come out at my wedding because you know,
It takes
it's
attention
true.
away
It does
from,
take its attention
yeah.
away from, you know, the actual what everyone's there for
Yeah,
is their wedding.
exactly.
And, you
It's a
know,
big deal. It's not like your birthday party where it's like
yeah,
shit like that happens.
like
It's
let them
your
have their day, you
wedding.
know?
Yeah,
It's not just because it's more convenient for you, oh, because everyone's together, but that's not the right time or place.
exactly.
Period. You
Because if
know? And
something,
then
God forbid, goes wrong,
yeah, and
that's
causes
what your
drama or
sister has to
someone says
remember her wedding
something.
about. Like,
Exactly.
that's not
It's
okay.
just not you get your moment, but don't do it during my moment, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then it's also like, you know, she's saying, I just need to tell the photographer so I can pay him more ahead of time. And
Accommodation.
what if it's even just for the family pictures that she's saying? It's not
Mhm.
all of the wedding pictures. It's
Yeah.
the family specific ones where she will, you know, she'll probably have him fix the hair
Right.
that
Especially if
she's
it's
saying,
going
oh,
to your
you're stopping me.
grandparents and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, they're not going to want that up on their wall.
Like, oh, you're stopping me from expressing myself. No, I'm not. Like, everyone's going to see it at the wedding. It's
Yeah.
just for these few specific pictures from
Yeah.
that day. Every
Right.
other picture is going to have it. So why
Exactly.
is it that big of a deal? You know, like you're making it into again something that's about you when it's not about you.
Exactly.
You know, like I've seen people that or like heard stories where the bride does make a big ass deal for someone dyeing their hair a different color for before their
Mhm.
wedding. And that
Mhm.
I'm kind of like, oh, like
Yeah. Like, don't be a
that's it's a
bridezilla. Be
little
reasonable
much,
to a certain
you know?
extent.
Yeah, but I think she was being very reasonable
Yeah.
and was trying to be accommodating, but
Right.
also just, you know, set her boundary. Like, don't do this on this day, you know, like keep it there. And she said that was fine, like cool, but few pictures. You're not
Right.
even paying for it. She's not asking
They're
you to pay
my
for it.
wedding
She's saying she's
photos.
gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
For these specific ones. Every other one, it's fine.
Exactly.
And then you're gonna extend your family trip. You're gonna be that petty that you're just now not gonna show up to my wedding.
Right.
Like, that's
That I
crazy.
probably would never talk to her again, to be honest.
No, like it would be a problem.
Yeah. That would be enough for me to be like, I'm cool off you.
Yeah.
Do what
Like,
you.
damn, it was that quick, that easy,
Yeah.
that quick that you just are completely fine with missing a huge milestone in my life.
Exactly. Those milestone type
Okay.
things, graduations, weddings,
Uh-huh.
engagements. I would say certain birthdays, like if you can't
Yeah.
make it every year or like you celebrate at a different time because you can't make it, like that's
Yeah.
different to me. But weddings, baby shower, things that are huge milestones, like you said, like choosing to be petty, that just says a lot more about your personality and like who you
Over
are as a
hair.
person than
Yeah.
anything,
Over hair. Like, come on. Come
And she's
on.
not telling you to go dye your hair and spend money to go do it.
Exactly.
She's just saying, like, hey, in these certain photos that I want to keep in my wedding album and shit, like, you're literally gonna stand out like a sore thumb, you know?
Yeah.
And we're not even like bridezillas like that, to where it's like,
No.
oh, you have to have French tip nails and you have
Yeah.
to wear this specific jewelry and all that. I don't give a damn about that. If you feel good, that's all that matters to
Then
me.
I feel good.
Exactly. But damn, like I should be at least be able to say, hey, I'm gonna have them edit your hair to your natural hair color,
Yeah.
you know?
In
Dude.
4 out of the 200 pictures that I get back.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Like,
I actually seen this girl, she has like a split hair. So like it's black
uh-huh.
on one side and then red on the other. And she did it for like a year. She did pink first and then she did red. And
Uh-huh.
she said she really liked it and whatever, but her brother's wedding is coming up. So she just
Is her
recently,
name Bryn?
yes, I love
I
her.
love her.
Love her too. So she just recently, if you guys haven't seen, she just went back to
Yeah.
natural hair color. It looks so freaking good on her. But
Yeah.
she purposely did that because her brother's wedding is coming up, and she said she didn't want to have like a trendy for right
Yeah.
now type of hair look because wedding photos are supposed to be timeless, It's
Hmm.
like you want to look back at them when you're 50, 60, 80, whatever and be like,
Yeah.
"Wow, like look at our family, look at how young we look or whatever." And then you did a trend where it's like that might not be as
Yeah.
trendy then, and it's like
Yeah.
it won't age well, I guess. That's
And I
all.
feel like the timing of it too was kind of like, you know,
Kind of loaded.
yeah, you know, I think it was kind of it seems a little intentional to do it like right before your sister's wedding and you
Yeah.
already had it in your head where, oh, well, since everyone's there, like I might as well just like start telling people the truth. But
Right.
like that's not what that day's for,
Exactly.
you know?
And did she say
I shouldn't even talk to her about it.
how far away her wedding was? Did she say? I'm sorry, I didn't.
2 weeks before the wedding.
2 weeks. So you just randomly planned a vacation with your friends 2 weeks before, and it just so happens to be.
Yeah.
But you also didn't take the time off work, but now you're on a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're gonna do that and stand up for what you're gonna do, then do that. But
Yeah.
just be honest.
Yeah.
Just say, "Hey, I'm not coming."
I hope the family like says something to the sister.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
You know, I really hope.
And this girl spent 2K on a photographer.
Yeah. And
Girl,
now it's
I'll
gonna
do
have to
whatever
pay
you want. You
more.
want me to go do a cartwheel for the photo? I'll do it. I'll do it. Tell me once and I'll do it. Like, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
definitely not the asshole. The sister's the asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, it's another couple.
Okay.
24-year-old female and 28-year-old male. Alrighty. So my boyfriend is really protective over his furniture. I assume it's because they're very white, like really bright white.
Mhm.
This really shows when I'm on my period. My boyfriend does humiliating things like placing sheets on all of the chairs and lounges. I feel like if I were to leak, I'd just leak through the sheets anyway, and makes me sleep in the guest bedroom on the first 2 days of my period, which are my heaviest days.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely the fuck not. Get the hell out of my house.
Actually.
Or I guess it's his house, but whatever. Let's see. Then he even asks me about when was the last time I changed my tampon. I'm a grown-ass woman who has had her period since the age of 12. I don't need anybody to remind me to change my tampon. When he does this, I just feel embarrassed, and it gives me the vibe that he cares more about materialistic objects than me. I'm not even allowed to cuddle him during my period. He acts like I'm gushing like a waterfall or something. I started my period yesterday, and as I expected, the sheets come out. I decided to put my foot down and I take off all the sheets off the furniture, which got my boyfriend irritated, to which I told him that he needs to stop treating me like a leaking juice box. He's saying that I have no right to prevent him from keeping his expensive furniture clean and that I'm the one acting like a jerk. I need to know, am I the asshole?
Girl, even if, you know what? Even if I am gushing like a waterfall, even
Yep.
if I am a leaking juice box,
Right.
you better love me all throughout all of
Right.
that. All of it. I'm not asking you to touch it or to wipe me. I'm not
To
asking you to,
change my
you can't
tampon
hug
for
me.
me? Like,
You can't hug me. What? Like, I don't give a, you know what?
that one got
Girl, you
me
better leave.
mad, bro.
Dude, you better leave him. I'm
Dude,
pissed. It's
and
not
you
my
know
fault
what
you
also?
decided to get bright. Who gets bright white furniture all over their freaking house if you don't want to live in it?
Right.
That's your
Furniture is
fault.
meant to be lived in.
Exactly.
And it's not
You made
like,
that purchase, not me.
dude, I think it just goes to really show you how little most men know about periods and how the female body works. Because I don't know if you heard, but like during, I think it was like in the 80s or something, NASA was gonna send up this female astronaut for like a week, and like, is 100 tampons enough for you for the week?
Damn.
What do you
Like,
mean?
how much do you think? Like,
What do you mean? If I lost that much
I
blood,
only
bitch,
have
I'd be
so much
dead.
blood in me. Like,
I'd be fucking dead. Like, it just really goes to show you how little they know about us and what happens, you know?
that's
Especially
wild.
tampons, like it's not gonna fucking leak on your fucking
How,
furniture through her clothes and like through her, like, come on.
like, how are you with a woman? You're choosing to be with the woman, but you can't handle a period? I
That's
don't know what to tell you, but she's not going to be the only one. Like, you're going to be with it with anybody.
and then to be like, oh, like when was the last time you changed your I don't
Mind your business.
literally
Actually, mind your freaking business.
I'm gonna mind my uterus while you mind your business.
Yes.
Because what the fuck?
That's crazy. How are you going to act like you know more how often to change it than I do?
Right. And you clearly don't because
To make her sleep in a different bed is
dude.
wild.
Can't even cuddle when you're feeling your worst. And sometimes you don't want to be touched when you're on your period, like you want to be left alone or whatever, but sometimes you just want to be comforted and like cuddle and watch a movie or whatever it is. So if he's not even willing to like do that, and it's not like a period is not even that big of a deal. Like it's really not. It's really not.
And the thing too with me personally is like there's a lot of times where I'm on my period and I get clingy.
Yeah, me
And
too. Girl,
I'm not
but
afraid to admit it. I get clingy. It just is what it is.
mm,
If when I'm in that, like that's my, to me, if I'm being clingy and like all this stuff, that's kind of like in my most vulnerable,
yeah,
it's a very vulnerable state for
right.
me.
I get what you
And
mean.
if you're pushing me away during that time,
I'm gonna feel
I'm going to, yes.
yeah.
Like, so if he
I'm
does that every
crying.
single month, no, like I couldn't do it.
I'm
I
crying
could not do that. No,
immediately.
literally. You're gonna break my heart every time. I'm not gonna deal with that each month. I'm gonna
Yeah.
dread having my period more than I already do,
And
just
then
because I know you're gonna be even more of an asshole during that time to me.
imagine if she gets pregnant.
Hell
He's
no.
like, oh God, when your water's about to break, oh fuck, you gotta go live in another house because I don't want it on my furniture. And then, okay,
Right.
you have a kid or you have a dog. We have dogs.
Hmm.
Their paws are sometimes dirty. I
Hmm.
don't sit here and I'm like, oh my God, Rex, like you're get off the couch, blah, blah, blah. Like furniture is meant to be lived in. I get a lot of people spend a lot of money on things, but you can shampoo it. Number one.
Right. Clearly, you have the money for it.
For
So
real. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
get couch covers. I mean, like, I don't know. If you have that money for all that stuff, get a customized couch cover so it fits perfectly on your
Right.
couch. You won't even tell the difference. But it's not like every time she's gonna be leaking all over the freaking place.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, if she
Right.
did have like a very heavy flow, let's just say, you
It's not
don't
my
think
fault I
that
have a wide
she's
set vagina and
already
a
gonna
heavy
be
flow.
self-conscious and like worried about that. So you're gonna humiliate her and make her feel worse about it. Like you're a shitty person.
Oh yeah.
And she can't
Yeah.
control her period. Like that, like I said, it just shows how little they know.
Because that's what's fucked up too is like, let's say she did.
Yeah.
Let's say, it did leak through
Yeah.
and like in the middle of the night or something like that,
Right.
like while she was asleep. That's another worst moment for you to make her feel bad for
Yeah.
something that she couldn't control.
About your furniture. I don't give a damn.
Like grab the stuff, throw it in the wash.
Yeah.
I'll go take a shower. Like it's fine. But
Right. Like she's probably
like
gonna be
it's
so
also,
embarrassed.
that's what I'm saying. It's also pretty embarrassing if something like that happens. So for
Yeah.
you to also make me feel bad for something I already would have been embarrassed about,
Exactly.
like you're
And
a piece
can't
of shit.
help.
Yeah,
And at this point, it already happened. So like, what?
exactly. Why make me feel worse about it?
Yeah, girl, need to leave him.
I just got a notification from Flo. Look at that.
Fuck that girl.
She said, fuck him. Okay, so this is the kind of long one.
Okay.
Am I the
We are
asshole
ready.
for not accepting my sister's apology? Buckle in, guys. This one's 3 screenshots.
Ooh.
My sister and I got into an argument back in May after coming back from her bachelorette party located in Mexico. This is context about the trip. I felt excluded on the trip. Every time I spoke up or expressed interest in an activity to the group, considering if it would be fun for the group, my idea was either shot down or unheard. I went off 10 feet to do something the resort was offering while waiting for a lunch service, while the rest of the group decided that they would rather stand at the bar. I was still in view of the group a couple steps away, and my other sister also joined me 5 minutes later. There were several themed dress ups that occurred within the 4 day period. I tried my best to have the clothing that the maid of honor put on the itinerary. There were some days where it specifically stated as dress, and some other days stated as colored clothing. I bought dresses for some days and a top that represented the color for the others. Turns out the maid of honor meant that we needed to bring a dress for all the days, and I was underdressed. I ended up scrambling to borrow items from others and attempted to go shopping to purchase new clothes to wear while there. During the last dinner, part of the group was playing rank the group based on XYZ. The prompt was rank the person based on how long they take to get ready. I said that I think my sister is number one based on information I have gathered on the group and how I have seen her get ready. She reprimanded me on the spot that my tone was hostile toward her and I was bringing down the mood just because I decided to point the finger at her. I recently had to text her notifying her about something, but she wanted to talk about what happened in May. So I decided to express how I felt about the entire trip as well as admit that there was miscommunication and how I could have communicated better, but I did not enjoy the trip at all and regret accepting and spending $2,300 for the 4 day trip. She proceeded to say, "Sorry you felt that way, but but I am requesting you to change your tone whenever we speak because it is causing a rift with people around you. But you should have reiterated and got confirmation to do things. It's a group trip and you are not flexible or open to changes. This weekend is about me and if I am having fun. But it's sad to have to hear that you did not actively participate in the themed events because you were scrambling to find clothing last minute. This was planned months in advance and you should have the right clothes. You should have had the right clothes. After reading her apology multiple times, I told her that her apology was not genuine and I did not accept it. And she said, I can't believe this. I tried to be sincere and thoughtful in how I approached this. I apologized for what I believe I did wrong and explained why I was hurt. Am I the asshole for not accepting my sister's apology?
No,
I don't think so.
don't think so either.
Now, I've never been on a bachelorette trip,
Me neither.
but I have helped my sister who did go on a bachelorette trip when there was like an itinerary of, well, I don't know if that's the right word when it comes to like their
Yeah,
dresses,
the
like,
guidelines kind of thing.
yeah. So, like,
Mhm.
this day, this type of outfits, this day, this themed, this
Yeah,
day, this color, like, whatever. So, and that's pretty, you know, it's a lot to coordinate,
yeah,
So I definitely get that. But if, like, even if it's your day, wouldn't you want to make sure that everyone there is having a good time and enjoying
exactly,
themselves, not
exactly.
have like someone's feeling left out
And it's
and
your
you're just
sister.
going, yeah, you're just gonna go about your business like nothing. Oh well, I'm having fun,
Yeah,
so doesn't you don't matter.
I think in regards to her like suggesting things for them to do, usually if it's a bachelorette party where they have planned themed outfits and
Mhm.
shit, they already have an activity thing to do.
Yeah,
So I could see why they're not like
they're kind of like, why is
jumping,
she leaving?
yeah, or like jumping
Yeah,
at the idea of doing something else when it's like if it was planned to the T, like even the outfits have to be a certain way every day or
yeah,
every activity or whatever, then most likely they've also planned activities that they've all agreed to do because they all
yeah,
agreed to go on the trip. So I can understand that part of it.
yeah, for sure.
But I don't know why it matters if she's wearing a dress or if she's wearing a shirt, the color. Like if she's gonna wear that and like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
There's so many things that matter, and those are just things that don't freaking matter. Like, okay, and she stands out in the pictures, that's like her own, not to say it's her own fault, but like if she was confused about the rules or the whatever, she should have asked,
Mhm.
about like, oh, does that mean specifically dresses or like a matching set or like
Yeah.
can it just be whatever? Like I could understand wanting like a certain aesthetic, I guess, for
Mhm.
pictures or like things like that, but I just don't think it matters all that
And
much.
it seemed like she was like, oh, I even tried buying stuff to
Yeah,
like,
like while she
fit
was
in with,
already there.
yeah.
But then
So
for
it's
her
like,
sister to be like, well, you weren't even prepared and blah, blah, blah. Like, why do you care what I'm wearing? If it somewhat matches what you guys are doing, like, what? It's
right.
just
It's not like she was wearing white or she was like trying to outshine, the bride
exactly
to
like
be.
she got as close as she could to following the rules, is what she
Mhm.
thought and understood in her head. So I don't know why it matters.
It's crazy how weddings like
Oh, they bring
bring
out the
out these
worst in
real
people.
difference. Yeah, brings out their true colors, and that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think
How
it's
much
just
people,
people are so entitled at
yeah.
weddings. Like the parents of the bride and groom or whatever, they somewhat make it about them because like, oh, it's my baby who's getting married.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. Or like
Yeah, weddings are crazy.
they're like, oh, you need to invite so like, but they were
Oh, I
there
hate
when you
that.
were born. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care.
Why am I paying
They've
to
never
feed
even
these
met my
people?
husband. Why would they come?
Yeah. Like you guys know literally nothing about us.
Exactly. You've
Most
never had
likely
an
nothing about
interaction with
me,
us.
but I
Exactly.
have to pay for your meal for you. I'm not doing it.
I've
I'm not
always
doing
said
it.
it for years and years and years. If I would not go out to dinner with you and offer to pay for your dinner, you're not coming to my wedding. That means you're not close enough to me to give a shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it just is what it is. But
Like if
in
you really
regards
want to
to
be a
like,
part of something,
yeah,
come to a party and bring a gift. Okay, cool.
right.
But I'm not going to pay for your meal. I'm not
Yeah,
going to pay for all your drinks and all this stuff
yeah,
when we don't talk.
exactly.
Like
And
if
I
you feel like
also,
you should be there.
right. And I also like wouldn't feel comfortable if I'm not that close with the person and I don't know a lot of the people that are going. I wouldn't even feel comfortable going to it because I'm like, I would stand out because I don't belong here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Same reason why I don't go to like I don't go to funerals that I didn't know the person,
Right.
because I'm like, I just would feel horrible that everyone there is grieving and crying and I'm just standing there like,
Right. Like I could see if someone asked you to like come with them, like if they
oh
want
yeah.
you as their like crutch or
Yeah.
comfort or support, I know you'd be like, okay, yeah, but like just going because you
Like
met
a
them
like
one time,
a
like
very what's it called, like distant family member that I've seen once when I was like 2 years old or something.
right,
And
right.
like,
You can pay your
that's something
respects
where
in
I'm
a
like,
different way.
exactly, I'd be
Yeah.
like, I'm so sorry, I understand, but it'd be weird for me to be there,
Yeah.
because I'm not going to be feeling the same things that everyone else is going through in that moment.
Right.
But like you said, if it's something like that where someone asks me like, can you please be there for me, like I need you to, get me
Yeah.
through this day, whatever, that's completely different.
Right.
But if it's just because, oh, they're family, even though we never knew each other, I'm not going to do
Exactly.
that.
Right.
I'm not even going to do that for like baby showers. I think
Uh-huh.
it's weird to show up to a baby shower.
Like fake the funk because there's a new baby in the
Yeah.
family. For what?
Yeah.
I'm probably never even gonna meet the child. I'm
Like I
sorry.
wish you
It's
the
not the
best,
child's
but
fault at all.
yeah, I wish you the absolute best,
Absolutely.
but I'm
Healthy,
just not going to
happy,
be
everything.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not going to be there to, it's going to be weird. I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird.
No, I'm the same way. I think because we've talked about, like you said earlier, it's such a like monumental moment or like such a
Yeah.
milestone that it's like, it's really not gonna matter if I'm there or not. Like it's really not gonna have nobody pressed, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And then also like even if it's someone close to me, if you're gonna go to an event of mine just to start something or like be a negative person, I don't want you to go anyways,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Like if you're in a bad mood, just don't come.
Literally.
Or like if you're in a bad mood and are showing you're in a bad mood,
Right.
then don't come. Like if you're in a bad
Exactly.
mood, but you're kind of like playing face, at least just for the day. Even
Yeah.
if you tell me and be like, bro, I'm so pissed, like, and then we talk about it, and then but you're still like try to make the best of it.
Right.
I can even appreciate that because I
Yeah.
get it. Sometimes stuff happens on the worst of days,
Right.
and you got to just push through it.
Everybody has a day.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
fine. But if you're like openly just have this negative aura around you
You just
everywhere you go
continue
in the
that.
face, you can just say home.
I'm
It's very much
good.
okay. Yeah,
Right. I'm
it is
good.
okay.
I won't be mad either.
No, no.
I will not be mad at you. I don't know. I just shit like that. I'm like, no. Mm-mm. But no, I don't think she's the asshole. She definitely spent a fuck ton of money on a 4-day trip too, which is kind of insane.
Yeah,
I could never see myself doing that. But and then to not even get it like not that she needs to be appreciated, but like she went out of her way to do all of that. And then for you to still be like, but this, but that.
yeah. She didn't
Rude.
really care at all how she felt about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel
Because
like
that sucks to be on a trip or in general to be in a group and
yeah.
you feel left out
Oh, of
and you feel
course.
like you're the odd one out. Like that's
Yeah.
horrible. And then to be on a trip where you're in a different country
Yeah.
and everyone seems like they're mingling and having fun and you're just kind of that odd one out, even if you are trying to be a part of it, like
Right.
that's such a shitty feeling. So
Yeah.
to be feeling like that when it's your sisters,
Right. I was
like
gonna say because it's probably a
like
bunch of her friends, and then she just probably was
yeah.
like, "Well, I should invite my sister because it's my sister,"
uh
and she probably doesn't even really know the girls like that or whatever. So
that's so awkward. I'd be like, I want to go home. Like I
for
want to
real.
go home.
Or I just be like, I don't feel good or something.
Yeah.
Just like do my own thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeesh.
That sucks.
All right, guys. That was all the stories we had for today, but we're gonna hit you with some wisdom as per usual. And this one is some motivation for you guys.
Can you say it the way it's like
Yeah, like a drill sergeant. So on our note, I copied it from a screenshot, and you know how you can hold it and like copy instead of typing things out. So it was in all caps. So I told Gina, don't mind me. I'm not yelling at you in the note. It just I didn't want to have to rewrite it. So yes, I will say it like a drill sergeant. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Don't start your day.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. start your day with the broken pieces of yesterday, period. Every morning we wake up is the first day of the rest of our life, period. Mic drop.
How do they say, sir? Yes, sir.
10-4.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Roger that. That's all we have for you guys this week.
Thank you guys so much for returning and listening to our
shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans. And
we'll be back whenever we're back
next week. Yeah. Come back next time. You'll see it somewhere.
Right. We're going to put our best foot forward and try our best.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like to be
because we're prioritizing our mental health.
Period.
We're letting life do life and we're rolling with the punches. But we come back. We always come back. It's fine.
That's not abandonment issues. Y'all can count on us coming back until we say we're not coming back.
Exactly. There we go.
Eventually, you'll see us again.
Bye.
Hey.